into the mix. Brad.
Yes, sir.
Talk about this. This is what our audience saw first. They didn't see our faces. They saw this. Talk about your role on that show.
Well, that's Two Broke Girls, and I played it was so much fun. The two girls were so great. Yeah, I was like a Hallmark model, for greeting cards, and all around my apartment. They came to clean my apartment, and I had this, all these cards all around my apartment, and I have this, of course, right over there, and you got to love yourself. Look at me. I mean, I've lost a lot of weight since then, but look at me. I love me. Look at that. I'm on the throne, baby.
Plumber's nightmare. So we are on episode number 2. We really knocked it out of the ballpark. Thank you, audience, for Onyx Muse was great. There's a new energy. There's new graphics. It's the same guys that you've seen before on another podcast, and now we have a new show. And today, all our shows are about celebrities, Hollywood, and sports. And today, we have a guy that's in the cast of Cobra Kai, which is one of Netflix's biggest franchises, to get our studio up or get our audience up to gear. Brad and I probably saw this movie when it came out in 1984, Karate Kid blockbuster. Obviously, Cobra Kai is a sequel in the series, some 30, 40 years later. So we're going to show a clip of this kid that we're bringing on. And if I get to the clip real quick here, hang on a second.
And then we'll bring him in. Get your staff on this.
I got the staff on it. Let's go. Let's show a clip and then bring him in.
Hey, gang's all here. Oh, look, it's Benedict's penis breath. Come on, guys, I said I'm sorry like a billion times. I swear, no more heel turns. Pretty sweet, right? Got like 30 of these. You have to buy in bulk if you want to make sense of the pricing.
Got an exhale?
You know I do.
Not bad.
The spoils will be life-changing.
But it's gonna take all of our focus and all the wisdom our senseis have to offer.
Yes, which is why we decided to take at least one thing off your plates, coming up with our new dojo name.
Yes! After some spirited brainstorming and ad hoc focus grouping, and also a dojo-wide vote, we have a winner. We give you... Miyagi Fang Karate!
We may have settled things in the valley, but now Miyagi-Do's ready for whatever the world throws at us.
Yeah. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him on. Aedin Mincks. Yeah. There he is. There he is. How are you?
Doing all right. Yeah, thanks for bringing me back.
Of course, buddy. Look at you, handsome guy. God. Great actor, great guy. And you played a bad guy, like a bully, pretty much on Cobra Kai.
Yeah. I mean, like he didn't want to start off as that. Like he just saw them at the tournament, thought they were pretty cool, and then wanted to follow in their footsteps. That Sholo and Miguel and Hawk. Yeah, we saw them perform and we wanted to be like them, so we followed them to their dojo, and I ended up becoming Hawk's right hand man, and then Hawk ended up being evil, so I followed in his footsteps. I started being evil too, and I don't think my character ever left that sort of vibe. Yeah.
Hey, Fish. I want to go back. How did you tell us about the audition process for Cobra Kai? How many times did you have to read, and did you think you had it, or you didn't have it?
It was a while ago, but like I think I still sort of remember the story. Basically, just like I auditioned for Brooks, one of the bullies from the first season, and then I didn't get that part. And then the next season comes around, and I get an audition for one of the dojo students for Cobra Kai, and then I think it was. COVID happened like a couple seasons in, so yeah, we were still doing live auditions, and then or no, I still had to send in a self tape for that one. I think I remember because I remember sending in a self tape, and then we got to see in person, and then we did a producer session, and then that's where the big three, like John, Josh, and Hayden, saw me, and they were all like cracking up during my audition. I'm like, I think that's what like got me. It was like I had them cracking up in the audition room. So
that's great. Who represents you? Who's the representation? Who's
my mommy. No, I got a Mincks Talent Management. That is my mother. She doesn't just represent me; she represents pretty much everybody. She deems worthy.
That's so great. Your mom's a great person. She wonderful. Hey, Fish, want to hear how I met Aedin? This is crazy. So, I'm at Warner Brothers reading for ER, right? And the room was packed. I mean, there were so many people reading. And I just stepped outside, and there was this little guy with his mother, and he looked like Chris Farley as a little kid, little chubby kid. And I start talking to his mom, Nikki, and I'm like, "Who is this?" He goes, "Oh, that's my son." And he I don't know if you remember this, but there was like a caterpillar or a bee, and you were going to kill the caterpillar. And I
He was a snail. No joke.
I go, "What are you doing, kiddo? You don't just kind of, shoo that back in the bushes." He looked at me like, "Mom, who is this?" And that's how we became friends. And you got the part, right?
Yeah.
I got the part. Oh my gosh, it was great. And that was the beginning of a wonderful friendship. Hey, Fish, how do you know the great? Because we met in different ways, and now we're here.
Well, I bartend at the Great Chuck's Tavern on North Durango, and this kid was working there as a busser and a cook. And you brought up his mother. His mother has grounded this kid so well that she says, "You know what? You might need a side hustle if the acting thing, because every time's down." And he just had this passion for cooking, and he was great at it. And we hit it off. And Brad and I talked about what you're noticed for, and your IDMB is great. You did Ted, and you did The Hangover 2 and Ant-Man. I can't tell you how many girls, when Aiden would bring the food out and go, "What do we know this guy from?" And they'll think Stranger Things. And I said, then they got it, and you did pretty well with some of the women, didn't you there, Aiden?
Oh yeah,
Take
definitely.
the fifth.
I think Aiden and I have something in common other than acting.
Zero.
No, watch this. Aiden, do you live with your parents?
Yes, I do. Yeah,
I do too. Oh my gosh! Oh wow!
I love them. I mean, they're my best friends. I don't know. So.
I've been taking care of my parents. I'm their caregiver for 12 years, and it's the best thing. If I had to do it all over again, I would do it because
exactly.
your parents gave you life, right? I mean, that's,
you got to pay them back somehow. Yeah.
By the way, what do you think, Fish? Is Aiden having a good hair day? I like the hair today.
He's the kid. I've known Aiden now for 3-4 years, maybe like that. His kid's always smiling. He comes in. I've never seen Aiden in a bad mood. The reason is he's young. He's in his young 20s. He's got young parents. You're old at 38. You're a Peter Pan. You're the kind of guy that says, "Mom, where's my soup?" And, she struggles to get it to you and stuff like that. He's just a really, really good person. Yeah, so, really, and you want to see people like that, especially in the business you're in. And I got a question for both of you. I mean, since the strike, Aiden, I don't want to get Debbie Downer here. A lot of friends that Brad and I have in the business have suffered trying to get jobs, which are non-existent in Los Angeles. Yeah. Are you finding the audition process slowing down for you like it has for others?
Oh yeah, no, like it hasn't picked up since COVID. Like I like the quick rundown. Like there was first COVID happened, no one wanted to do in-person auditions, everything was self-tape, and then the writer's strike happened, then the crew strike, and then the actors strike. So we just every major part of our industry has just had a huge pause on it, and we haven't really recovered from it. Like it's just still been really slow. I don't remember the last person audition I've had, but I get a voiceover audition almost every other day. It's been a lot of voiceovers for some reason, but yeah.
Good.
That's great. However, whatever works, right? I mean, that's our business.
Work is work. Yeah.
It'll come back. It'll come back for both of you.
Yeah, we hope. I mean, hope it comes back sooner than later, because I have so many friends that had to move out of LA, the cost of living,
Sure.
and they're not in the business anymore. I mean, the business, bless you. The business has suffered in so many ways. And, I rarely audition. I mean, I have a great agent and great commercial agent, but it's just not happening. They're just booking all the big stars, and, they all want to keep their job. That's really what it's all about. All these executives want to keep their job. And if they hire, Brad Pitt and the movie flops, well, it's Brad Pitt. I mean, come on, right? I mean, but I definitely want to work with Aedin. I mean, that would be unbelievable. Right? Father son, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I've been working. Well, yeah, that was the other thing with how slow it's been. It's like sort of been sparking my creativity a little bit, and like I was after like working at Shucks for so long, I've been like seeing all these like different people and characters, and I've sort of just been like writing up scripts and like throwing ideas at a wall like about Shucks. So
Really?
yeah.
Am I in one of your scripts?
No.
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 You're gonna be one of the characters. You're a fun character.
Hire Ralph Macchio. Don't even hire this guy. Can't
Hire Ralph Macchio.
This guy can't act.
I'm taller than Ralph Macchio, and I'm not that tall. So
I'm gonna have you as a character in the show, but someone else is gonna play you. But then I'm gonna bring you onto the show as a different character. Just to
I like
everybody.
that.
I get that.
Yeah.
I've already acted with Grundy. Put me in a pilot that he did back in 1992. Everyone down there knows that. So I could see. First of all, Brad, you're only 38. How could you be his father? That means you'd be. Well, this is not Arkansas because he'd only be 12 years older than him. So that won't work. Aedin, we have another clip. Your mom sent us some clips of you, and these two clips are hilarious. One is with my favorite actor, Billy Bob Thornton. But let's see a clip of Aedin Mincks in the great franchise called Hangover. Hangover 2.
Every memory lives somewhere deep within.
Sweetie?
What?
Have visitors.
Hey, Alan. Hey, guys. Hey, Phil.
Hey, buddy.
Stu would like to invite you to his wedding. Is this true, Stuart? Yeah, why not? It'll be fun.
Lauren. I'ma be up in the club.
We had a sick night, bitches.
Be popping that
Alan, what the fuck?
Is that person coming to the wedding?
There is no wolf pack.
Alan, don't do that.
And then finally, after 60
And we're the three best friends that anybody can have.
Be rocking like this. What? Y'all niggas wanna talk shit? What? Why don't you put it on the vlog? Rocking like this in my jaw. We get hoes, but we pop good. And all the folks want to please, we fuck up my
I know where to go.
That's great. How old were you? You look like a baby.
I think I was 10. Yeah, I was like 10 years old during that, and I don't know if it was like, but
tell us about your mom. It was her fault. What did
yeah. So like I don't know if we were like supposed to be saying our lines like full, like if that was going to be like full scenes or something. But like there was one time my mom was having dinner with one of like the like higher ups or something, and then she was like she was just like, oh yeah, that'd be cool if like it was a voiceover where you heard the adults talking while the kids were talking. And then so I don't know if that like made the idea spark where like they just shortened it all really quick and made it into a quick flashback, and then it just had all of them like doing the voiceover like over the scenes while like had us talking, because like we had to learn the lines. What we would do is we would watch the adults shoot a scene, and then they would go freeze. We would all have to take their place, and then we would redo the entire scene like as them. And yeah, so
10 years old. By the way, I heard that you got to keep that sweater vest. Is that true?
Oh yeah, I did. I kept I stole the shirt, but I got to keep the vest. Yeah, with the dog on it.
Aedin, tell the story about Bradley Cooper with you and Bradley Cooper's relationship and what the little prank he tried to pull.
Yeah, like it was one of those days on set where we were watching them do the beach scene where they were like throwing the marshmallows and the like trading the beers, where the initial roofie happened in the movie. And so we're watching them on the beach, and then Zach Galifianakis comes up to me. He hands me a tin of Copenhagen, but I didn't know what that was as a little kid. It was a thing of tobacco chew, and he's like, "Here, go ahead and give this to Bradley Cooper." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So then I walk up to Bradley Cooper, and I'm like, "Here you go." He goes, "Hey, shit, buddy, where'd you get this?" And then I'm like, "Oh." Like, Zach gave it to me. He said to give it to you, and he's like, "Okay." And then, like, he just like immediately walks up. He's like, "Dude, you can't do that to a little kid. You can't give that to him."
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
He's
he
a
was
great
funny.
guy. Oh,
Yeah.
Brett, where did you film that? L.A.?
That was we did the first scene where it shows me like jamming the needle in my leg. That was done in LA, but everything else was done in Thailand.
Oh, oh my goodness.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thailand wasn't
I've been to
Thailand.
Thailand. I can't talk about it, but yeah. So this is something I've been thinking about. How old are you now?
24. Yeah.
24. How are the ladies treating you? Mom told me a couple of stories about one of the things that you've done. You get so much love from the ladies. What is that show, and what did you play on that show? The Ant.
Oh yeah, Ant Farm. Yeah, it was that was a Disney show for a couple of years. I was like, yeah, I think I was like 9 to 12 on that one. Yeah, because it ran for 3 years, so I was like 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, whatever. And then yeah, so that one was it was a Disney show, so it was a lot of people's like childhood and stuff, and like we just finished like not just finished Cobra Kai, but like Cobra Kai is still fresh, but like I've been getting recognized like from Ant Farm like way more than that, and like some of these people are getting like really emotional over it, but like I think it is because it is like so far back from their childhood. It's like reawakening all that, like all those memories or something. I don't know, but yeah, nostalgia.
How do you handle when these girls come up to you and they're like, swooning over you? How do you handle that?
I just try to not get the jitters out. No, I just I'm just nice, respectful. Try to cup a feel. No, I'm joking. No, I'm kidding.
Thank you. Yes.
I've seen. I'm gonna piss his mother off, but I've seen this kid when he's worked with me walk out to this gorgeous 41-year-old cocktail waitresses that come in there. I made the oysters for you in my special way, and he's got that swag. And these women don't even know that he's an actor or what. He just think he's a nice. Look at that baby face smile on him. I said, "Wow, he's a young fish."
Yeah.
Like I was back in the day.
A young fish. Okay.
Hey, Aedin, one last clip of you. One of my favorite actors besides Grundy is Billy Bob Thornton. And I never knew your mom said that you had a nice little role with him. So let's show a clip with you with Billy Bob Thornton.
You want me to have full custody? I will take full custody.
I don't want that. I don't want you.
Then take him to his damn baseball game.
Okay. What's up, champ? What position they got you playing at?
Don't play much.
You got an arm like a cannon. I don't know why they wouldn't be letting you play.
I know.
Maybe I should have a talk with that coach and see if we can't get you in there somewhere. Maybe pinch hit or something. What do you say? Hello?
Hey, it's Cicero. There's been another shooting. I think this could be our guy.
Yeah.
Mallory wants you down at the crime scene.
Okay, I'll be in a little bit.
4045 Danson Road. Got it? I'll be there in an hour.
Hey, you know what? I'm not going to make it in today. I'm taking my son to a baseball game. It's really important that I be there. Well, you know what? That's just too bad. All right, bye. Good grief. Can you imagine that? I already told him I had a ball game to go to today.
Daddy? I know I suck at baseball. You don't have to pretend like I'm good.
Okay.
Just need to practice. Maybe you and I can throw the ball around one day. How's that?
Okay.
I gotta tell you a secret first, though.
What, Daddy?
I suck at baseball, too. You go to sleep, okay? I'll be back.
What show was that?
That one was faster. It was like I think that was like one of the first big movies I did. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I didn't have any scenes with Dwayne Johnson, but like
was in it? Wow.
Yeah. See, Dwayne Johnson was in it, and like we were basically like just on set the same day. Like, yeah, so I got to like run into him one time and like meet him. Like he's pretty cool. But Billy Bob Thornton, he did a little prank on me on set. I was in the hair and makeup chair, and he was walking around with a cup of water, and he walked up behind me, he dipped his fingers in it. I didn't see any of this until after, but like he just like walks up behind me, dips his fingers in, he goes, achoo, and like flicks the water like at the back of my neck, and I'm just like, and I'm like looking at him, and then he doesn't say anything, but he's just like dipping his fingers in his water. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's what he did. And I started doing that to people on Cobra Kai's set during COVID, and they did not like that at all. Like people were losing their shit over it. Like,
is Billy Bob as cool as everyone says he is? Because he's on top of the world right now with all the Taylor Sheridan stuff that he's doing. He seems so cool. What was he like off camera?
Oh yeah, no, he was like really down to earth. Like, yeah, he was really down to earth, talkative. Like he wasn't trying to be like, ah, shit, a kid, like go away. Like he was actually like talking to me, like. But and he wasn't like trying to like not be himself either. Like he would still just be blowing cigarette smoke right in my face, but like talking to me like normal. He's just like, hey, look, I know. Like, but
no, he's a really good guy. I was a warm-up guy in my career for 10 years, and I warmed up Hearts of Fire with John Ritter, Marky Post, and Billy Bob Thornton. And I used to goof on him all the time. And he said, hey, God. I go, this summer I'm doing this movie. I would definitely put you in it called Sling Blade. Hello? Yeah, he told me that. And I'm like, yeah. He is really a down-to-earth guy. Just like you, Aedin. You're a down-to-earth guy. You really are. I mean, your parents raised you right. Talk about your brother and sister. We had sushi one time. They're great. Are they actors too?
Yeah, we all tried out to be actors sort of around the same time. Like first it was initially my brother's idea. We all loved Lord of the Rings. We watched the behind the scenes stuff, and it like gave us the gist on like what acting was. And my brother's like, oh, I want to do this. And then like I wanted to do it too. I just wasn't verbal about it. And then so we would go audition for agents and agents. We would audition just for agents. And then they would see Austin, he would do his whole audition, and then they'd be like, oh, Austin, great job. Who's that? And like I would be over there playing on my Game Boy or something, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll do it if you could get me on like Lord of the Rings or SpongeBob. And they're like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll try that. And then so I started auditioning too, and then my sister, she didn't want to do it, and then we were all like, hey, come on, we're all doing it, like you try to do it. And then she auditioned in front of an agent, and like she was just like so like rude back to her, where it's like, oh my god, like she doesn't know what she's doing, she's like horrible at this. And so my sister was just not into it at all. She was like, all right, with this, I'm not trying again. So it was just me and my brother for a little bit, and then my brother like he got to be on Criminal Minds. Yeah, he was a kid who got killed on that one. But yeah, so he did some stuff, and then yeah, he did George Lopez's new show for a bit, and then yeah, so but he started focusing more. We moved to Vegas, and then he got some jobs like working at bars and stuff, and he's like, all right, I'll make way more like steady and money doing this. So yeah, he sort of like gave up on acting, and now he's just a Vegas bartender. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, that's great. Oh, do you miss LA at all?
Yeah, like I have some friends out there. I have some like nostalgic moments out there, but like yeah, just the cost and quality of living has gone down so much. It's like I don't think I need to go back yet.
No, yeah. When you're a big star, what was your initial reaction when you met the great Eric Fish Snyder? What was that like? I mean, how did that go?
Oh yeah, just like very, very outgoing man, very, very, very kind and welcoming. Yeah.
Welcoming? Are you sure?
Yeah, yeah. He loved me. As soon as he found out Italian, we were best friends.
That's
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about that? I meet the kid and I said, God damn, what I know you from? And I probably saw him in one of these things, you know. And again, you know, who would think that a film that was such a blockbuster in the '80s? I mean, it made Machio, made Zabka, and then you come in. It's that. Brad always says to me, you reconnect for a reason, and we meet for a reason, and what have you. By the way, on Cobra Kai, do you still keep in touch with some of your fellow actors that were on the show?
Yeah. Like we'll try to shoot each other texts every once in a while. I even tried to ask Khalil to come on the show this morning, but he's a little slow with responding back. But and then my dogs had like a couple litters and stuff, and like so we had to give away some of those dogs, and I ended up giving away one of those dogs to Peyton List and her brother. So yeah, like
what kind of dogs do you have?
French bulldog. Yeah, French bulldogs.
I was
about to say English. My very first bulldog was an English bulldog, but no, we've had like 12 French bulldogs. Like
is that the Lady Gaga dog? Is that the Lady Gaga dog?
Yeah, Lady Gaga's dog. Yeah, basically.
Oh,
what's the difference, Brad? Brad, you know dogs more than anybody. What's the difference between a French bulldog and an English bulldog in looks? What is there a difference?
The English is like a lot like bigger, and I don't know if it's just from my experience, but like a lot lazier. But the French bulldogs, like they're a lot more energetic and like human. Like,
Does your dog sleep in your bed with you?
Yeah, sometimes.
I like it.
Not since they like shit in it a couple times. So like whenever they do that, sometimes my Shih Tzu will like just crap the bed sometimes, and so she has to stay on the floor for a week, and then I'll be like, all right, I feel bad, she looks cute, and I put her on my bed and she's fine for a couple days, and then a couple days of sleeping on my bed she gets too comfortable and just like, I don't gotta get off the bed. Like, yeah.
Aedin, do you still have a passion? Because I've witnessed it and it was beautiful. Do you still have a passion though you're writing for being a chef and cooking, because you had a chance to use some of those talents for me at Chuck's Tavern? I know you're serving now and making more money, but is that still in the back of your mind?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I like to go home and I like to go home and cook after work and stuff like that. And there's that one H Mart that opened up down by the Strip where it's like a Korean market where they have like live seafood and stuff. And like I made I got a live Dungeness crab and I steamed it and turned it all into a seafood pasta. So you like scoop out all the, usually like people throw away all the like the head butter stuff, like all the, it's like either like intestines or guts or brain stuff. Like I don't know what it is, but like yeah, people usually toss that, but you're able to turn it into like a pasta sauce. And so I rip out all the meat from the crab, and then I pull out all the head butter, and then I turn that into a sauce, and yeah, make a nice pasta.
You're an eligible young bachelor that knows how to cook. You act. Are you single?
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't
yes or no?
Yeah. No, I was in a complicated situation, and then now yeah, I am single right now. Yes.
Complicated situation. Very interesting.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I have to look that up.
I don't know.
Yes. Is it easy dating in Vegas? I mean, you're.
It's just a giant open desert. You pretty much just gotta know where to look. I've been like I don't know. I haven't really met anyone yet, but like I've been going down to the Strip, and but like most people down at the Strip are tourists, so it's like I'm not gonna get to see them regularly. So yeah.
What about
I don't actually know where to look.
What about these older women at Shucks who come in there after work?
That's usually my go-to. I can't find anyone my age. I have to just like flirt with all the older women. Yeah, you gotta.
I like that.
That's how you gotta do it.
I like it. Very cool. Very cool. You can always go to Fish here for advice on women. He's been married to a wonderful woman. I don't even know how he married his beautiful wife. I mean, he totally married up, right, Fish?
Oh, I really outkicked my car. I've been married 36 years, Aedin.
Oh, wow.
The best 3 months of my wife's life. So, yeah, you can't go to me for it. But people, it's funny about that, Aedin. You're there. People ask me for relationship. I'm going through divorce. I said, I don't know. I can't give you any advice. I've been with the same woman.
I don't know how to help you with
years.
divorce. I love my wife. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and you got game. He's got game, Brad. He's got your kind of chutzpah with the girls. Girls would be no problem for you. So keep your chin up. There'll be acting jobs for you. And you're getting the voiceovers and stuff like that. Tell us something about you. I'm gonna put you on the spot that you've never talked about before. Is there a quirk you have? Is there a certain kind of show you like, or a sport you do, or is it what do you do that you never talked about?
I don't know. I like archery.
Really?
Archery?
I'm trying to like look around my room to see if there's anything that can help me out, like hinting. I don't know. Just see a lot of bongs. No, I'm joking. Archery.
Wait, what did you say? Bongs?
Hey,
no.
Let me give you some advice. Don't do archery when you're high.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Do you have a story that no one would ever know that happened to you? Like, like a dating story. Are you on the apps?
Oh, no. I'm not.
No apps for you?
No, I can't. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like worried about that's why I don't do social media either, is like putting my face and like my official, putting everything official on paper for someone to have forever. So it's like if I have a bad flirting attempt, or I say something stupid, then they can just screenshot that, tweet that out, and be like, "Oh, look at this idiot!" So I don't know. It shied me away, but I don't know. I'd rather try to do everything in person, so that way it's it's just hearsay. They won't believe you. I don't know.
We should do a double date, like a mom and a daughter.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be good?
Yeah, totally. There you go. Yeah.
Is there an app for that, Brad?
Yeah, and then we'll film it, and then we'll
there you go.
We'll come back on the show and we'll dissect it.
Make some new Kardashians. Let's go. There you
go.
Is that not? What did you mean by filming it? What did you mean by filming it? No.
Who do you like out there? Who's your crush? Who do you? Because I got a lot of juice. I like to try to set you up. Yeah. Are you a Kardashian guy? Who do you like? What do you like? You probably want to find your mom. Your mom is so cool, right?
I know, pretty much. That's what was it? That one. I don't know. What is he? A philosopher or psychologist? That one guy where he's every man ends up marrying his mom or a version of her, or something like that. I don't know. But, yeah. Right. I don't know. I guess just like a nice Italian woman who knows how to cook, something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Sigmund Freud.
Yeah, that's what
Sigmund
it was. Yeah,
Freud was the one who said that, I believe.
Yeah.
Sigmund Freud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're talking about dating. You're talking about the type of girls. Is there one actress that you want to work with more than any other one? There's a one that just dazzles you and say, God, she's so brilliant on the screen. If I ever got a chance to work with her. And I have the same question for Brad too. You go first, Aedin. Same one.
That she's not my age, but the girl from the new Fallout show is really pretty. It's Ellen.
Oh, she's great. That's such a great. Yeah. That is such a great show. I gotta get Brad to watch it. Walton Goggins, who's killing it right now. Is
he was really good in that.
Yeah. What about you, Brad? Is there a lady out there, Brad? Is there a lady out there you want to work with?
Walton Goggins story. So I was on Sons of Anarchy. Have you ever seen that show?
I haven't, but my parents have. I've seen clips of it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So I played this accountant guy, and they needed a vote because they were going to open a brothel in Oakland. So I was the last vote they needed. So they sent one of their guys in, and he left some chocolate, and it was drugged. So they drugged me. Then they took off all my clothes, put nipple rings on me, a ball in my mouth. They laid me on a table, and Walton Goggins came in as a trans.
Oh, no.
Method acting, Aedin. And then the rest is history. But he would not break. I went up to him and I said, you're going to be doing this and this and this to me. and he'd go, "Excuse me, honey, do you know where my lipstick is?"
Oh no.
So method. But we had a great time. It was crazy. I was with all those guys, and they were so cool to me. But you know, you don't really want to see me with a ball in my mouth, nipple rings, and a bikini brief. Not
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
I don't know. Like I do, and I don't want to see that scene just because of how funny it sounds. But like I don't know. I feel like it would do something to me. I don't like.
You know what's funny about acting, and Aiden, you probably we're both. You're better looking than me, but when I went to the audition, they go, "Oh, you'll just have to put this little thing on, but it's nothing." But then when you get the part,
yeah,
oh, nipple rings, a ball in your mouth, bikini brief. I go, wait, why don't you tell me that? Oh, well, the script changed. They rewrote it, and because they liked you so much. I go, great, but you know what? You got to love yourself, right, Aiden? I mean,
yeah.
Being, I grew up a chubby kid. Did you get made fun of a lot?
Yeah, like a little bit. Like, I mean, I don't really remember it. I don't hang on to it or think about it, but like I do remember like getting comments and like names and stuff like that, like on social media or like even in person sometimes. But like, I don't know, like I already forgot about it, so it's all right.
Hey, Fish, can you show them the picture of how we started the show?
Yeah, but if I do it, I might get out of the thing. But I got to ask you both this question. I wanted Brad to talk about an actress, but I got a better one for both, and I'll find that picture. Brad, in the 120 things that you've done, and then Aiden, you have a fledgling career. Is there any actor or actress that you worked with that intimidated you because you were so nervous to work with them?
I would say it was probably the
Hangover guys.
The two main guys from Cobra Kai, like Ralph and
Billy.
Ralph and William Zabka.
Yeah.
Yeah, like because and that was the thing. Like I think it's because I don't know if it was just because I just freshly watched the movies and like considering like how like long they've like been doing this and how long they've like been up there basically. So I don't know because I worked with Mark Wahlberg and Seth MacFarlane and Mila Kunis as a little kid, but like I don't know, like as a little kid, like I was very like fearless and like just not shy. So I was just like very outgoing. Like I saw Seth MacFarlane and I'm like, I love Family Guy. Like me and my uncle like make jokes all the time about it. Like like there's the one scene where like Peter ate a bunch of like MREs or something that like were like like you have to like drop water on them and then they would grow. But he ate all the MREs first and then he took a sip of water and he swelled up immediately and he goes, "I gotta take a poop. Everybody out now." And so like I did that to him and he's like, "Oh, that's great, buddy, but hey, don't let Family Guy be your moral compass." So I'm like, "Oh, okay." So like he gave me a little nice bit of advice too. But yes, like as a little kid, like I'd meet all these celebrities and I'd just be like, "Oh, you're cool. I know you. I watched you." And like as I got older, like I tried to be like more respectful and stuff like that. And then like I just freshly watched the Karate Kid movies, and then I'm on Cobra Kai, and like I just see him as an adult now. I'm like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And like I don't know. It bothered me that I wasn't as talkative with the guys on these sets. And it's like this was a TV show that I did for 6 years. It wasn't a movie that I just like was on for a little bit and I got to see them all and say goodbye. Like I had a lot of chances to like sit down and talk with them, but I was always just too shy to. I don't know.
What about you, Brad? What about anyone in your entire career? Was it Don Rickles? Anyone you've worked with? You said, "Jesus Christ, I can't believe
Don Rickles."
I have to read my A game today, big time.
No, Don Rickles was my hero. When I was 8 years old, I saw him on the Tonight Show, and I go, "Wow!" And I got to meet him, know him, and love him, and that was great. John Candy from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and Stripes. Wow. I warmed up an audience, and he was the first guest star, and it was crazy because he grabbed the mic and he said, "I'm John Candy. I've never seen a guy do this job better than this guy." That was me. I'm like, wow. But I worked in the 20th Century Fox commissary, Aiden, and I was waiting on all the big stars. And the way you treat a waiter, a busboy, or a bartender is who you really are in life. You know what I'm saying? If you're an asshole, you're an asshole. But Dennis Franz from NYPD Blue taught me so much about acting because I was in the pilot and it was a crazy day. And David Caruso was the star and he was not a real nice guy. And Dennis Franz just helped me. And I was like, God, this guy's so cool. It's so easy to be nice, Aiden, and it's so hard to be an asshole, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Go out of your way to be a total prick, you know. But you meet the same people going up as you do coming down. But hey, Fish, has this been unbelievable with this kid? I mean,
it's great. But you know what intimidates both Aiden and me right now? You talked about Peter pooping. Look at this. That's intimidating. Matter of fact, we should do the rest of the show, Aiden, because Brad could hear this, just you and me, and let's leave that picture of Brad. Look at that.
Oh, perfect.
Plumber's nightmare, I called it.
Yeah, love yourself, Aiden. There it is right there, buddy.
Hell yeah.
This has been so much fun. Aiden, what's going on in your life? Tell us what we can look for. I know you're not on social, right? You're not on social.
Yeah, I do have Instagram. I have a Twitter that I haven't touched in forever, but I just I am gonna pick it up soon. I think might even start doing some streaming. Might do a gambling channel. I don't know. So yeah, just like go down to the strip, put a couple $100 in a machine, just like see what happens, just like a slots or something like that. I don't know.
I like it. Well, when do you work at Chuck's? Because the ladies I'm getting all these texts from all these ladies who want to meet you. When can they come see you at Chuck's Tavern?
Pretty much every morning. I just don't work Mondays and Wednesdays. But so every other day in the morning.
What are your hours in the morning? You just work
8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah.
So thank God you don't have to work with Fish. Wow, good for you.
I know. Well, I get to hang out with him, or I get to see him first thing in the morning if I'm early enough.
Fish is the best. He's so down
Well,
there.
wait a minute. I got one piece of advice for you. If you're going to stay in this business and become a server, or we called them in our day, Brad and I, waiters, go look at the classic movie Pope of Greenwich Village and watch Eric Roberts' portrayal of a waiter in the beginning of that movie. You could act Pope of Greenwich Village, your mom, your dad will know about it. Brad and I talk about it all the time. One of the greatest cult films of all time. It actually came out in 1984, the same year as Karate Kid. Watch Eric Roberts. Are you familiar with Eric Roberts as the actor? Aiden?
Oh, yeah.
Watch Pope of Greenwich Village. He's a waiter. And I want you to watch his mannerisms and how he handles it.
Okay.
And you'll have many girls coming in after you.
All right, sweet. Yeah, little homework for me. All right, cool.
Absolutely. Aiden, thank you for being on the show. You're going to come back. This is our second show with Fish and Snacks. That's Aedin Mincks. And look for him. This guy, I'm telling you, he's a humble kid. He's going to do big things. He's already done big things. But thanks for being on the show. Give your mom a big hug and a kiss for us, okay?
Yeah, of course. Love you guys. Thanks for bringing me on.
Love you, buddy. See you tomorrow at work, buddy. See you in the morning.
Yeah. See you in the morning. See ya.
See you in the morning.
Everybody. Wow.
That was fantastic. Wow.
Is he the great? He is so humble. It's all about how your parents bring you up. You know, you have great parents, and you know, I have great parents. Humble pie, right? Humble pie.
He's very close to his parents. His mom Nikki, and his dad Steve, and you brought Austin. They're in the bar all the time, and they really, like I said, you know, here's a kid who's in the middle of a 6-year show and went on hiatus. He's working as a cook in a restaurant. And a lot of people don't do that. They take the money. You know what they make an episode.
Right.
So I thought, wow, when I saw that, I said, wow, what a wonderful way to bring up your kid. And he's always smiling, and he's an asset in our building. So speaking of assets, before we get to the NBA, I want to talk about the draft. I want to talk about the finals that you predicted. Aaron Rodgers is just, you know, my wife's in the other room right now, and she's the biggest Steeler fan that I know. And she's miserable that this prick is a quarterback of this team. Have you watched him on McAfee lately? I can't tell you who my wife is. I don't know if I'm playing another year. I don't know when I'm going to go to training camp.
He's married?
Yeah, he's married.
Oh, he
got
is?
married. Yeah.
Oh, he got married. He is the biggest clown I've ever met, this guy. He is a clown. I mean, he is an egomaniac. When I saw him on Hard Knocks, that was all an act. You know, he was like, you know, funny and this and that. But when is he going to retire? I mean, you think Pittsburgh even has a shot?
Yes.
I mean, these defensive ends are going to try to clean his clock. You know that from Jump Street.
Well, you're kudos to basketball minus football, and both, even in basketball, defense is everything. And the Steelers have a top 10 defense on their team, so they can keep them in games. But you're right. There's and Rodgers, what is he doing? And he says, "I don't want to play. I want to play. It's all about me. It's narcissism." People say, "Well, you're just a hater." I'm not a hater. I'm a Raider fan, and we've suffered 30 of the last 35 years. But can he still get out there? Yeah. But there's some guys that should retire. I think he should. Where I disagree, there's a lot of now. Let's go to you. A lot of guys out there are saying, "Why is LeBron coming back? He's still at the top of his game." Don't you agree, Brad?
Absolutely. No, LeBron is a freak of nature. Okay. But he's gonna leave the game on top. Guaranteed. This guy is not gonna hang on. I love, Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan, but remember when he was on the Wizards, he blew out his knee. All these guys have got to they close the chapter and move on in life and let a young guy, like, look at Patrick Mahomes. Look how humble this guy is. You know what I'm saying? And he's such a great player. Aaron Rodgers, it's all about him. Aaron, it's time. Hang it up, man. Hang it up. And then he says, "You know what? I don't know if this is going to be my last year." What are you going to play to your 80? I mean, come on.
We'll find out. Well, but let me see. We'll be on Fish and Snacks, probably episode 17 or 18 by the time, because football season's around the corner. And we'll know. And you know what? Yeah. We said it at the 47th minute of episode 2, the guy should retire. I will come on and I'll be transparent. You will too. If he takes them to the playoffs, I'll say, "Hey, you know what? It worked. You got a young guy in Will Howard out of Ohio State as a rookie. We'll see what happens." You called the finals, OKC. It sucked at Halliburton. Did you watch the 7th game, or is that a stupid question?
Of course. I watched every game. It was, you know what?
Halliburton.
Halliburton. I mean,
goes down.
Wow. Jason Tatum, all these guys, injury is part of the game, but it was just so sad when he went down, because that game would have been incredible. And OKC, I mean, it's their year. It was their year. I just saw it. They gelled. They all got along. They were all one. Of course they have, the star, right, or MVP, but that guy's humble. It was just, I just knew OKC, but it was a great series up until 7th game when Halliburton went down. Yeah. Wasn't it
Shai Alexander you're talking
Shai
about?
Alexander is just, yeah.
Oh, it's great. Let's segue. We talked about this in our rehearsal. I said, "Brad, did you realize," and he followed religiously, that University of Duke University had 5 starters drafted in the first 2 rounds. The last time it happened, I think, was the Fab Five back with Michigan with Chris Webber and Rose, Jalen Rose and Juwan Howard and a couple other guys. That's insane, isn't it?
Crazy. I mean, the talent that came out of this draft is incredible. And how about the player, we were talking about this pregame, who dropped the F-bomb when Toronto took him?
Yeah, it was so great.
What was that?
He goes, "Fuck. What the fuck?" And
I know.
Well, look happy that you want to be. You were drafted. It's about brand. All these players care about his brand. You could be drafted by a team, but there you go. You get drafted by a team. Now, Toronto's not a small market, but it's not America. All right. But look at the 2 teams that just played in the finals. OKC and Indiana are not big markets, but they say Shai Alexander is going to get all the props and endorsements from this. So it just know what it is, like you do in your business or you do in life. Work hard and you'll get recognized. And that's what this kid did. So the kid that threw the F-bomb, you know what? Work hard. Toronto's a big market. You'll get some Canadian endorsements.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
And also, how about Flagg? Cooper Flagg, his brother. He has a twin brother.
Yeah.
I mean, what's up with the parents here? I mean, his twin brothers is incredible. I mean, I love how Dallas took him. Dallas, I love Mark Cuban because we were on a show many years ago together. He played himself. I played, a different character. But I reached out to him, and Mark Cuban is one of the greatest guys I've ever met. So humble, so nice. He had me down to Shark Tank. I came down to the show at the Sony lot, and I watched like 10 shows. and it was so much fun because it's one of my favorite shows. It's a great family show. You watch Shark Tank?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But you just enlightened me. I've heard great things about Mark Cuban, but I've never known anyone that has met him, and you're the first one. Because when
Yeah.
you're a billionaire, you could go either one way. You could be aloof, or you
Yeah.
could be Mark Cuban and a mensch. So
And they're all nice on Shark Tank. Mr. Wonderful, that's an act. He's really cool. He's really cool. Yeah, I mean, when you meet your heroes and you meet people that you really admire, like when I met you, I was very disappointed. But it was really fun. It's really fun to meet people that like. When I met John Candy, it was fantastic.
talk about
But
that, because we talked about that
Yeah.
in past podcasts. But I think the audience should know. So I kind of brought up, did you meet someone? And you talked about earlier warming up the guy, and tell the audience what he said to you, because I know that meant a lot to you as far as just warmth and acceptance, and that is your hero. Then
Yeah.
come on,
No,
younger audience, if you haven't seen Stripes, you haven't seen Planes,
Oh,
Trains, and Automobiles,
God.
you haven't seen
Uncle
Uncle
Buck.
Buck.
Uncle
Oh,
Buck. Yeah.
the man left us at least 25 years ago, but between him and Chris Farley, there's a library of comedy out there that you're missing if you don't go back and watch. But tell the audience what Candy said to you after you warmed him up.
Yeah, so I warmed up the show called the Dave Thomas Show. Second City in Toronto. John Candy, Dave Thomas, all Eugene Levy, all these great comedy legends. So Dave Thomas is another legend. He had a show on CBS called the Dave Thomas Show. So John Candy is Dave Thomas's best friend, and he was the first guest star on the show. And I'm looking at the call sheet. I go, oh my God, John Candy. So I was just myself. I had the best day of my life. I mean, I was rolling. The audience was just, I was lucky. They were in my palm of my hand. So John Candy comes and he goes, I'm talking to the audience. He goes, hey, I went by the name Johnny Cocktails, of course. He goes, Johnny, can I grab the mic? He goes, sure. So he goes, I'm John Candy. I've been in the business. I have never seen a guy funnier than Johnny Cocktails do this job. I'm like, wow. And I saw him 2 times after that, the Palm Restaurant in West Hollywood, Lenny Clark. And then I stalked him at Universal when he was doing Delirious, and he always remembered my name, and he always gave me a hug. And it was just when he passed away on Wagons East, I cried. I cried in the car. I heard on the news, and I just cried because, laughter is the best medicine, right? Fish. Laughter. There's a lot of people that need laughter in their life.
You provide it. You've done your whole life. That's what you make. I look at that picture I just showed. You look at this and you think, that's great. That's laughter. A guy's able, and I got paid to do it. But look, you're gonna put those flaps out there. That's laughter. Okay. Now I'll tell you when I cried. He brought that up. When you like John Candy's part of your past, and you were. But I don't know how you felt about it. Maybe we talked about this, and I'm repeating myself. But we both grew up in LA. When Brian Wilson died about 10 years ago, the lead singer and creator, the founder of the Beach Boys, to hear John Stamos, a friend of yours, his eulogy on him, the music, Paul McCartney said, Brad, that God Only Knows is the greatest song ever written. Paul McCartney, the Beatles, that wrote 200 songs along with John Lennon. So younger audience, go listen to the Beach Boys, watch John Candy. I know we get nostalgic on this show, but our pasts were good. Brad and I lived a great past in LA. Debbie Downer. My brother drove down Pacific Coast Highway where Brad lives, and there's the goddamn beach is fenced off in so many areas. And I know it's going to get hot. It's just the fire. We talked about earlier on the show about the lack of business. I don't think the fires helped at all. And that fact you can't go to the beach. We need to reinvigorate Los Angeles because it was a great place to grow up. You're still the face of LA. Make people laugh.
I'll tell you, there's one restaurant, Duke's Restaurant. Remember Duke's on Pacific? Okay, it's coming back. Nice. They fixed it. It's coming back in September, but they're going to reopen, I think, in July for a short time. But we got to bring all like Rick Caruso. He's amazing what he's done in the Pacific Palisades, and he's I just love him because he's LA. He went to USC, and he wants to bring back LA has lost a lot of its luster. I drive around, I see a lot, there's a lot of hate on the road, the road rage. And I on a daily basis, I was a Lyft driver for over 10 years, and I saw, really bad stuff out there, from the homeless to just a lot of stuff. And I love LA, but I don't love LA like I did when I grew up,
Right. Well,
in the 70s
our
and 80s.
job on this show is to make you laugh and talk about LA and talk about our past. And Brad, I mean, the great stories he's going to have from the Hollywood Tropicana. We have to get Billy Hudak on again, the guy that was your manager there. That was one of our. I looked at our archives. I said, one of the top guys, and I worked at Mom's Saloon in Brentwood. The icons are gone. The Hollywood Tropicana is still there, but Mom's Saloon and a lot. You're right. I mean, I haven't been to LA in a while, but give us an update before we get out of here. Give us an update on Annie's dog. 12-year-old dog was sick. How we looking?
Annie is laying right next to me, sleeping. I love you. We're gonna go out, Daddy and Annie. She's almost back to what she was. It was like weird. It was like she had this doggy dementia, and she's fought back, and she's just the sweetest. And how's Molly? Tell me about Molly.
Molly's great. Molly's 7. We just got a good report on her. She, she's a little overweight, so I'm, it's hard to walk her in the summer here. It's right now.
How hot?
It's 101 degrees right now in Vegas. And what time is it? We're getting close to 10 o'clock in the morning. So it's hard, but I'm going to brag a little bit on my nights off. I'll get up at 3:34 in the morning and walk her because that's the temperature of the concrete out there is not bad. I'll feel it, but I'm a dog guy like you are.
Yeah,
and we're going to try and get on Ashley. We're going to try and get Ashley on from Chuck's Tavern. She's wonderful in placing dogs and fostering animals.
I love that.
And Aedin knows who she is, and we're big on philanthropy for dogs and cats, and love your animals because they're going to love you back.
Unconditional love.
Unconditional love. So, what about you? Anything before we get out of here, and you send us off? Anything we got because we're sponsored by Chuck's Tavern, Johnny Cocktails Entertainment, Wingman, Take a Ride with Chunky Love Cocktails. Is there any one of your projects getting ready to pop?
Well, one I'm working with a friend of mine named Jordan Deck. We're doing a wonderful thing for families called My Life Soup to Nuts. I interview grandparents, parents, and it's great because you want to remember your grandparents, and when they're healthy and they can tell stories about their life. So we're doing that. We started in Phoenix. We're doing some wonderful stuff. If you want your grandparents interviewed, we have a wonderful thing we do. But a lot of my projects are, they're right there. I mean, some people, I really like that, but and these executives, they just can't make a decision, and they don't want to make a decision because they want to keep their job.
Well, let's keep positive.
Yeah. No, that's how I live my life.
Keep positive.
And love,
keep positive.
Right?
It's gonna hit.
Yeah. No, I hope so. And you too, man. We got to get you acting because I think you have it in you.
I'm good looking. I'm in the process of signing up for Medicare. I'm one of the best looking 65-year-olds almost on this
65.
Podcast.
Wow.
Almost.
I'm
old enough to be your father, kid. Before we get out of here, thank you so much, Aedin Mincks. Thank you so much, Cobra Kai, Ted, Hangover 2. Just go look him up, and then again, everyone take anything out of Fish and Snacks 2. John Candy, watch him.
Yes.
Watch the old comedians. Learn.
Yes. Don Rickles. But remember Aedin Mincks. This is a kid, 24 years old. He started when he was a little kid. He's so humble, and he's so sweet, and he's so nice. I like when good things happen to nice, humble people, right? Sure. And that's what life's all about. Number 2, buddy. Number 2's in the books. Is this crazy?
Most fun I have, buddy. Let's get out of here.
Let's do it. That's Eric Fish Snyder. I'm Brad, Captain Snacks Grunberg. This is Fish and Snacks. We'll see you next week on number 3. Hit it.